Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of One, the third EP by the Australian metal band Valiance. Today we're celebrating the 5th anniversary of the record, so I've decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. My story with this band is quite simple. I've stumbled upon their music back in 2014 when they've released The Pillars of Ruin as a single. The song was a unique blend of deathcore, electronic music, nu metal, prog metal. It sounded one of a kind, and at that time I knew that I found another favorite band. So what's the deal with these EPs? Why are they called 1, 2, 3? The answer is simple. This is the first record by Valiance, just split into 3 parts. If you check out their Facebook page, you will find out that they've started writing and recording this record in 2012 and they finished it in 2019. What's interesting about Valiance is the fact that only the vocalist changes all the time. The other members, the guitarist, the bassist, the drummer are always the same. From what I know, the first vocalist never released anything with the band, but the second one, Mark Poida, did. The first EP from 2012, then the Black Sun single, then the Reject of Humanity EP. After that he left the band to join Aversion's Crown, and we had a new singer who I don't remember. He might have been called Daniel, but I'm not sure. That mysterious vocalist recorded I Visualize with the band, and then he either recorded The Blood Beneath My Nails or someone else did. I don't know who's doing vocals on The Blood Beneath My Nails single version, but after that Mark came back to the band, and the first part of the record is with him on the vocals. Then the second part is with another vocalist called Terence, and then the third one is with Reese, formerly known as the vocalist of A Night in Texas. Now that we have all of this out of the way, we can start the actual review. The production is tight, it's clean but heavy, no loudness war, no clipping. It was produced by Lance, great guy. Message is diverse, songs are about various topics, ranging from nightmares, social dilemmas, psychological issues, the meaning of life, etc. There are many interesting subjects here and I want you to explore them on your own. Structure of the songs is mostly progressive. That means the songs constantly evolve, they change a lot, the melodies never come back. Each song is basically a journey. Music is basically experimental metal because it mixes lots of deathcore influences with nu metal, prog metal, electronica, even carnival music. You can easily picture clowns while listening to this stuff. It's truly a unique sound and you cannot mistake Valiance for somebody else. So the first 4 songs are the first part of the record. We have Mark Poida on the vocals. The first song, Moon, it sets the mood for the rest of the record. The first thing you're going to notice is the carnival vibe of the entire thing. You know, clowns, shit like that. It's here. It never goes away. The whole intro of this song sounds like you're being transported into a different, more weird reality. When it comes to the drumming, not just this song but the entire record, it's just flawless. I love the groove, the double kick work. The drummer is just phenomenal and he knows what he's doing. The bass work is audible throughout the entire record, and the bassist has his own lines, so it's actually nice to hear the bassist play something else from the guitars once in a while. The guitar work is unique for sure, lots of chugging, lots of breakdowns, heavy riffs, some tremolo stuff, mostly those noises. And the vocals by Mark are just astonishing. I love his growling and screaming. He's in my top 10 vocalists because you always know that it's him. His growling has character, you know, like Alex Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail. You always know that it's him. The power and the range behind the vocals is just fantastic. I love almost every second of this song. Some of the guitar riffs, not my cup of tea, but overall it's a strong beginning to this record. I especially love the final 30 seconds, the atmosphere and the guitar riffs. 9 out of 10. The Witch's Den is another banger. I love the vocal performance here, the instrumental work. Some of the atmosphere doesn't hit me right, but yeah, it's another strong song. 9 out of 10. Mind Speaks Aloud is where the fun begins. Everything in this song just works. The electronic elements, the breakdowns, the screaming, the growling. What can I say? It's a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. I Am Free was released as a single, so there are two versions of this song. The first one, the single one, mixes I Am Free and Three Daggers from the second part of the record. So it's actually very weird, because after the final breakdown we get an electronic breakdown, and in the original version or the EP version we get some blast beats and clown vibes. It's weird, but the most interesting part of this song is the nu metal one, where Mark is rapping. He's like Fred Durst or some shit, rolling, rolling, rolling. This song again has an amazing lyrics, same as the previous one. The instrumental work is phenomenal, especially that breakdown before the rapping. I just love. It's very tricky atmosphere, I would say, you know, especially when it comes to the drumming. It's like it's a carnival music or some shit. I just love both versions. The album one is 10 out of 10, but the single one is even better, 11 out of 10, because I just love how it shifts from that metal vibes to those electronic vibes. That's the end of the first part of the record. Goodbye, Mr. Mark, you are amazing. Now we have a new vocalist, Terence. I don't want to be negative, but he was the weakest Valiance vocalist. At least that's my opinion. Villain is an instrumental intro. It sets the mood for the second part of the record. I dig it, 8 out of 10. I the Enemy. This is where you're going to hear Terence's vocals. Not as good or unique like Mark's, but still great. Again, this is one of those songs that was released as a single, and it was basically mixed with Crave Death Part 1. If you heard the single version first, then it's obvious that you're going to enjoy it more. I love this song. I love the heavy parts, but when it shifts from that metal parts to electronic, and there's fluent rapping, something like that. He's probably screaming free, free, free all the time. I just love it. And then we hear the album version, and instead of it we get more clown vibes and metal parts, and I'm like, yeah, it's still great, but because you've heard that electronic parts first, you are like, something is missing. At least that's how it works for me. It's weird, man. So yeah, the album version is 9 out of 10. The single version, 10 out of 10. I especially love the music video, it's hilarious. Same as I Am Free music video. Three Daggers features Mark on the vocals, he's rapping throughout this entire beat. It's an electronic intro. It works. I love its atmosphere. 9 out of 10. The Blood Beneath My Nails. Now this song is in my top 5 songs of Valiance of all time. I love it with all of my heart, just not the EP version. Because as I said before at the start of this review, they've released this song 1 year earlier in 2017 as a single, and somebody else, not Terence, was the vocalist, and he ripped that song. He fucking destroyed it, he crushed it. Every second of the vocals was astonishing. I even did a meme of that version on my second channel back in like 2020 or 21. It was some European guys driving a car and just being blasted from side to side. Still, the vocals on the single version are soulful and beautiful. I also love that vocoder line in the single version. On the album one, it fucking sucks, it doesn't have any power, it's weird, but on the single it just works. I don't exactly remember what he said in that vocoder line, something about try to escape before you suffocate, something like that. The single version is one of the best songs I've ever heard, but then you get the album version, and yeah, the instrumental work is still phenomenal, it's still great. The breakdowns epic, great riffs, great drumming, great atmosphere building. But the vocals, man, the vocals sound so fucking weak compared to that single version. They're not bad, it's just because I've heard the single version so many times before this one, it sounds like a joke to me. The album version is 8 out of 10, but the single version, 11 out of 10. Then we get Crave Death Part 1 featuring Fluent. Now this is the rap song that kinda starts like prog metal track, but it changes into that rap trap beat. 8 out of 10. And the final song with Terence, Crave Death Part 2, another great track, but some of the vocals weren't that great to be honest. Still, instrumental wise, it's perfect. 9 out of 10. And the final part of the record has Reese on the vocals. The first two songs, Haunted and A Darker Side, have similar vibes. They are way more prog metallish, I would say, than the previous songs. I love the breakdowns here and the atmosphere. Still, these are not my favorite songs on this record. 9 out of 10. Sensory Deprivation is one of my favorites. Now this song is fucking crazy. That nu metallish breakdown is hilarious. It's so fucking good. It has so much groove, and even Reese is doing that screeching noise. I even thought that David Draymond from Disturbed would come in and just do oh ah, 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 on that part. And after that nu metal breakdown, we get another breakdown, and it's even fucking heavier and slower. This song is a journey. It's melodic, it's heavy, lots of changes, lots of interesting stuff that is going to shock you because you're like, I did not expect that. And then in the middle of the song there are like 2 or 3 minutes of fucking silence, and then the song comes back with some fucking clowny melody. I'm like, what the hell is going on? 10 out of 10. And the final song on the record, Mind-Shattering Madness, is one of the best songs of Valiance and probably in my top 100 songs of all time. This is a 12-minute prog deathcore journey. Lyrics are about people believing in the afterlife, even if there is no proof that it even exists, and basically everyone is scared of dying and shit. It's a very touchy subject, and it makes you think about life and what you're doing basically. It's a great theme. I love this kind of shit, because I can already see lots of people getting annoyed. I've sent these lyrics to one of my friends and he wasn't happy about it. He was like, I don't want to read this shit. He got depressed. He believes in God and afterlife, and then he reads this shit and he has doubts, and we know why he has doubts, because that's his brain working, knowing that everything he believes in is bullshit, but he's still like, no, don't talk about it, I don't want to hear about it. So yeah, musically wise, this is a journey. Lots of changes, lots of breakdowns. My favorite part is right in the middle, when the vocalist just breaks down and he's screaming like a fucking madman, and the guitar solo, the melodies. This song has a guitar solo, and it's beautiful. A fun fact for you, this song was apparently written in 2012. I'm like, what the hell? You had this sitting in your laptop or PC for 7 years, and you know what's even more interesting about this song? Is that it never repeats anything. It's always great, it's always interesting, it's always fun to listen to. This is why some of the prog metal bands do not work for me, because there's always one segment when I'm like, yeah, this sucks. But here, it's stellar throughout the entire thing. There's not even 5 seconds that I wouldn't enjoy. It's a beautiful song. Kudos to everyone who wrote it. You're a genius. 11 out of 10, and that's the end of the record. But I also want to review I Visualize, because it was released in 2016. The reason why this song was removed from YouTube and streaming services, and you cannot find it nowadays, is because it's apparently a single from another album. So Valiance was basically writing the first record, the one that we just finished reviewing, but they also recorded a second one. It remains unreleased, but it's done. At least that's what I've read on their Facebook page, so I'm like, what the hell? You have another album full of music already done? I hope that this band reunited in 2023 is because they will be releasing that shit. And I hope that Mark is on the vocals, because he's the best vocalist for this band. Please release the second record. Everyone wants to hear it. And also, please release this first record in its entirety on vinyls and CDs. I would love to have a CD of this record on my shelf and just look at it, because it's a beautiful journey, believe me. But let's go back to I Visualize. This is my favorite Valiance song. It's so fucking weird. It sounds like a mix of deathcore, nu metal electronic with those 80s and 90s vibes of those very C-class movies. You know, like even the art is just some big fucking ant terrorizing a city or some shit. It's so hilarious, but also it's not funny. It's terrifying, to be honest. Imagine ants getting bigger. There are different kinds of ants, and there's one of them that can basically poison the others and control their minds, and they do their bidding or some shit. This is basically the Last of Us shit. I don't want any fucking ants near me. But the song is just beautiful. It's heavy. I love that part with the vocoder again on the vocals, and when that breakdown hits, wow, just wow, one of the best breakdowns ever. And then we have beautiful piano that sounds very sinister at the end, and another breakdown, and at the end the best fucking part happens. That wah wah pom pom pom, wah wah pom pom. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but it's the best thing I've ever heard. 12 out of 10. Timeless song. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable and the flow is fitting. Replayability, yeah, it's an excellent record. I enjoy it from beginning to the end. Every song is unique and it brings something else to the table. There are no weak songs here. Even the intros are interesting. I wish more albums were like this, where you could just immerse yourself in the music. You won't even feel when those 70 minutes are going to pass by, because this is fun. This is not some tedious shit that you're going to forget. It's a memorable album. Celebrate the anniversary by spinning this record today. The first part, the second part, the entire thing. Just listen to the entire thing. It's great. Big shout out to Section 333, because all the best things come in threes. That's right. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, links in the description, and I will see you in my other videos. Bye!